I'm starting to understand why the ending of My Hero Academia is so controversial because we just got episode 6 of the final season and we're in the final battle between Midoriya and Shigaraki right now. I don't believe it's going to last all 6 episodes that we have remaining, but a good portion of those is still going to be this final battle. And what's the big way that we've determined that we're going to defeat Shigaraki? Well, we're using a mental crack that was established by Stars and Stripes in Shigaraki's brain, punching One for All into that crack and using it to disassemble Shigaraki. Now, a lot of people seem to not like that explanation. In fact, I was listening to the Otaku's Anonymous podcast talk about this, and I believe it was Danny mentioned he wasn't the biggest fan of this decision. I disagree, though. I actually really like this explanation because, one, Shigaraki's been established to be a psychopath. He's already broken mentally, so breaking down his mental state makes sense for how you would be able to defeat him since he is so insanely powerful and not a lot of people could actually kill him. However, it has been established that Midoriya, if he went all out and actually tried, probably could kill Shigaraki. Midoriya doesn't want to, though. He is still willing to stand on principle and stand for his beliefs and still walk out the true hero no matter who he's going up against, that he is willing to give up everything he's worked his entire life for. If you remember, Midoriya was born without absolutely anything. He was born quirkless and had to work so hard in order to accept One for All as a quirk, which was given to him by his hero All Might, and then work even harder to establish himself at the top echelon of heroes. People said that Midoriya right now is probably the strongest hero in My Hero Academia, and I can't help but agree with them. He's probably the strongest being in My Hero Academia right now, but he is willing to give all of that up to continue standing on principle. He is willing to just disassemble his entire own life to save the life of someone who has zero care for him or anyone else. That's a fucking hero right there. That's the ending that I expect out of a character like Midoriya, who's been nothing but a saint the entire show and has only had to struggle, and in his final struggle, he's determined, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to give it all up for this moment to save the world. I think that is a beautiful ending to this story. Look, maybe there's other things that happen later on in these remaining 6 episodes that are actually what's controversial, but given that I've already heard some chatter about this whole dynamic and this way of defeating Shigaraki is not a lot of people's forte. They don't really like that explanation. I wanted to get on here and explain why I think that it is a good explanation because again, you're using an already established psychopathic character in his break in his mental state, and a character who is so good he will give up everything in his life to not kill even the worst of the worst. That's a beautiful story right there to me. But let me know your thoughts in the comments. Drop a like and follow while you're there. And as always, stay nerdy.